show what I got in that stove. And I know that you got that fuego. I make it spin like we do the tango. Now let's go.
And we're back. And it's flurrying. Not quite sure how I feel about that, but it's not supposed to add up from what I'm told. So we're back on blowers. Just gearing up now to get ready to do what we've been trying to do the last 2 days. Get some water to that main. So the building owner should be here in about 15 minutes. He's gonna let me in the back so I can get the hoses and stuff set up. And then Halifax Water should be here in about a half an hour to turn those valves. So we will see what happens and go from there. Fingers crossed. It's an uneventful day and we get some water to this pipe and let it start soaking. So we're downstairs now, got the water on, just flushing it through, and everything's looking pretty good. All the valves are holding. We only got one small drip right here, but I'm not concerned about that because that's after the valves anyway, so it shouldn't affect the test. Everything else looks really good. It's really dry. We ran this valve for a second just to test it, so there's a little bit of water down there because of that, but other than that, looks pretty good.
Good though. She's running nice and clean too.
Everything nice and dry.
And I don't see no air, right? So good sign. I don't believe we're gonna have much problem with it.
I hope not.
Now before, if we don't get no air coming out of it, yeah, period. Because we don't want to see it.
No. So there it is. Sitting full. Ready to start putting some pressure to it tomorrow. Everything's good. So, that said, there's water in the pipe. I'm gonna leave it soak overnight. I'm actually out at Coca-Cola now, doing something else, but I'm gonna let that pipe soak overnight, and then we'll go in tomorrow and start putting pressure to it. But from what I saw today, hopefully, knock on wood, somewhere, anywhere, I'll knock on everything at this point. It should take pressure pretty good. Everything looked good. There was no discoloration, tons of pressure. When I shut the valves off inside, I guess it was shooting like crazy outside. So all lead to good indication of a good test. So that's the next step. It's now Thursday. I screwed up the other day. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Tomorrow's Friday, so I will put some pressure to it on Friday, see if it holds, and then Monday start the official testing, and we'll be back. All right, now it's Friday, and we are back again today to try down on Blower Street. Just on my way down there now, gonna go meet Lauren, and we're gonna try to put some pressure to this line and see what happens this morning. And then, assuming that goes well, which we'll find out here very shortly, I will then probably take another swing down here later on today and check to see if that pressure that I've added, oh, those potholes are getting bad. We'll see if that pressure I added holds or not. So that'll be the first step of the testing. And assuming that that goes well, we'll be back next week to do some official pressure testing with all the parties present. And of course, the chlorination, so the cleaning of the line. And then I am somewhat done. I just have to remove the test line, do the restorations when that part comes, And there's Lauren there now. We will see what happens here very shortly. There's Lauren.
We're gonna get one more turn over this. It's not a real great storm. We got nothing moving, no pressure in there. So either way, we got no pressure.
Okay. That goes there, and then that pumps in like that. Okay, so then that end attaches to this.
That's right. So we gotta get clean water going right off the bat. What's the worst for your like?
Oh, okay. And then that side.
Once it shuts back, it's lower better. We'll start to pick up. You get the air out of it, okay? So it'll run until the air gets out of it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's filling that line back up.
Yeah, we're filling it, so that water's slowly going down. He's up to 300, not a problem.
Yeah, well, didn't you say some of them normally go at 300 or something?
Yeah, we pumped them usually up to 200.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't mind 200.
So, first couple of minutes there, didn't go too badly. Got everything hooked up. Lauren's been showing me how to do it because I've never done this before, so this is all new to me. First time we went to put pressure to it though, whoever tightened the nut on the other end, the opposite side of the curb stop, didn't do a very good job. She blew right apart.
What? What the f?
So I put that back together. We pumped it back up for like 2 seconds. It barely even felt like anything, and it's right up to 200 pounds. So we just got it holding there now, waiting for the building owner to come let us inside. We're going to try to bleed a little air off inside and see what happens. We'll probably pump it up a couple times this morning, and then I'll leave it. I'll disconnect everything, throw it in the truck, and I'll probably swing back here, you know, in 4 or 5 hours and just check on it and see where the pressure gauge is at that point.
2 hours later.
That's good news. That is actually fantastic news.
Maybe.
I gotta compare the two pictures I just took, but it looks like it barely dropped at all since I've been down here. So that is absolutely fantastic news.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm gonna go again for now, and I'll probably come back down again this afternoon at some point later on and check it again. But as of right now, I would say we may be good. That said, though, you never want to count your chickens before they hatch. So, like I said, I am going to compare those two photos quite extensively and see what it looks like side by side. But as far as an initial reaction goes, that's an extremely positive result. A bad case scenario, and we've seen it before, would be obviously showing up and seeing that pressure gauge dropped quite substantially. And I actually have to compare the photos to tell if it has. So that is very good news. Anyway, I am going to head back to the office now, do the comparison, and then I have some other meetings I got to do with HRM. But then we'll be back down again after that, and we will see where we are at that point. So now it's just the fun of getting my way back out of this jungle of a city. It's actually not too bad today weather-wise either, so, you know, maybe that last big blast of snow we had there, knock on wood quickly, Francis, but that may have been the last little hurrah for winter, so we'll see what next week brings, but it's looking like temperatures are going to continue to increase, so we may be in the upswing for the rest of the year here, which means all kinds of things. So it means, you know, bigger projects are going to get started here soon. I have some other ones that I'm bidding currently that I have to get done by next week. A lot of drainage jobs that I had on hold, they'll be able to take off now because of the snow melting away. And then I have a bunch of other customers that I need to revisit and try to help out with some other things as well. But in the short term, all I'm going to worry about is getting out of this dang city. Halifax, oh my goodness. You really should invest in some better parking for people, because people just yank over anywhere and it's quite annoying. I'd say she froze up. Not good. So there's the big downfall to doing stuff like that this time of year. The line froze up just a little bit. It's not solid, it's just got a little bit of ice in it. And I kind of knew that might happen because we did have a real cold night Friday night into Saturday, which was another reason why I didn't come down on the weekend, because I figured it was for nothing. So it was just enough ice built up inside that gauge that it froze the gauge and froze the mechanism in it. So I just shut the valve off, which tells me the line's not completely frozen, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do that. And took the gauge off, got it in the truck here with me warming up. I'm going to go back to the shop and pressure test that. Actually going to head back to the shop now then, thaw this out. It's in the truck thawing out now, and get the valve, I mean, and we're going to pressure test that valve, just that short section, just to make sure that that isn't what caused the leak on Friday afternoon, because I'm not positive. It could have been pipe sweat that I saw on the joints, but it definitely dropped pressure suddenly Friday afternoon after holding pressure all morning. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go back to the shop, pressure test that valve, thaw it out, bring a heater down, heat that box up a little bit more, pick up some straw, because I'll have to insulate it just a touch better, and see what the rest of Monday will bring.
I'm not going to say it.
At some point, I also have to get over and check on the boys at in Dartmouth. So I don't know how I'm going to be in so many places at once, but we will give it a try. So I'm on the way back now, and I'll let you know how we make out there.
Okay, so let's just leave that for a few minutes. If that holds to 190, then we know it's good. Right?
Yeah, because that was roughly the same pressure we had before.
Yeah.
So I'm back down here again. Got the fittings all apart. Got everything all worked out. I just got the heater inside the box now, trying to get the last of the frozen pipe dealt with. It wasn't completely frozen, but enough that I would rather just put the heater in it for a few minutes, warm that copper back up. before I put the valve back on it. And then now that we've tested it on standalone on a short piece of copper, I feel pretty confident in this gauge. I rebuilt it. So we'll give this one a try and see what happens. And hopefully it holds pressure. So just want to take a peek. Seems to be working. May have actually lost power here. It's giving off a little heat. See what happens here in a minute. So that seems to have been working. I'm not sure if the inverter is still working or not though. I'm going to give it a few more minutes and try it again.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I cannot make this stuff up. So, pretty sure I blew the fuse in my plow gear. So now I got no more power. We're just going back to grab a generator because I'm done with this. So I'll grab a Jenny, but in the meantime, I put the shutoff back on the line and turned the curb stop back on. And it looked like, and it's kind of hard to tell without a whole lot of pressure on it, but it looked like the top nut is leaking on that curb stop.
Daddy, chill.
So, I'm gonna go grab another one while I grab this other stuff, tear it apart again, rebuild it, and try this again. It's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My day's almost over and I have nothing done. Anyway, the nightmare continues. I'll be back when we're back down there. And now there's also this mess in front of me. Oh, this day can just So, I think I got it. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see when I come back. I just tore it all apart because I don't want it to freeze up again like the last time. Put some more insulation in there, took it right apart. You should just have to reprime that top section of pipe. So, I'm gonna get out of here for now. Try to line up for the pressure test maybe on Thursday with everybody involved. Maybe Thursday afternoon. That'll give me the morning to come down and work the air back out again. And get the heater on it and stuff. Yeah, let's go for that Thursday. Anyway, I'll be back then. So I'm gonna go for now, get rid of all this stuff out of my truck, and we'll be back on